I am live and I forgot to start the music first. You have to have the music. Yep, Oppenheimer. Uh,
Algebras like sheet music, the important thing isn't
yep,
can you read music, it's can you hear it? Can you hear the music?
shit. You guys have to hear the music.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, that much seems fine. The screen is working and everything seems fine. And I have come up with a new way to, not like a new way, but an improvement in the way that I code and I stream. It is hard to stream for longer, and if I'm just coding and not streaming, then my speed is faster and like it is more accessible. I cannot stream every time. So yes, I will be coding off the stream also, and I can reduce the length of my streams because my goal is not to stream, my goal is to code. And if at some point streaming becomes like harder because of like I cannot stream every time, then I will be just coding and not streaming. Okay, the thing is that I started streaming so that I can code better, but after a point, the structure, the schedule I came up with to become better at coding became the main thing instead of coding itself. So streaming became more important to me than coding, and I was only coding when I was streaming. And if at some day I didn't stream, then I felt that I am not good, that I have done something bad. But streaming is not the main thing. The main thing is to code. And if I'm coding without streaming, then that is good. So yeah, I will be streaming for lesser time because I can code much faster when I am not streaming, and on the streams I will be just kind of coding only a bit and mostly showcasing what I have done. And now, yes, yesterday I did code and I made some stuff, YouTube stuff, live chat, yep. And yes, I made the structure of my code look a bit better. I made a main.c file which imports this stuff and does this stuff there. Yep, this first creates a thread, and on this thread it gets the code. Like it asks it redirects it calls a function, and the function is called get code here, get code, and it gets the code by redirecting the user to Google OAuth server and getting the user's permission. And after the user permits, then this is also boots up a server which listens for HTTPS requests, and from the message that it gets, it finds the code and returns that code here. And then, and then, um, yeah, that is it. I was writing to a function which would get a token given the code, but some problem happened. See, /program segmentation fault, and now this code base has become only a bit bigger than it was, and now I have to figure out where the fuck is this segmentation fault. I don't know where it is. And main.c. All right, here the functions I am calling get code that might have a segmentation fault. Does it though? Helper get code. Does this function have a segmentation fault at some point? This get code function first uh, and calls the server function, and takes in nothing. But I have to make changes here since I made changes to the server function itself, HTTPS. Yep, it has, yes, it has a server which returns a data T, and it has a client. Yes, that is cool. That is cool. That is cool. That is cool. Server, yes, data T. Does it work? Segmentation fault. Segmentation fault. Segmentation fault. And the segmentation fault does not come comes only when I am running the code. So therefore, it is related to some the way that I am handling some memory that is in heap. Get URL. How would I even approach this thing? Um, in that I'm doing get code and then parse code in the main function. Yes, in this ls. Let me delete some buffers and delete buffer number buffer number 2. Yep, that is the only one. Here I'm creating a thread and then initializing a char pointer called code, and then I am creating a thread which executes the get code function, and then I'm using the get URL function and then redirect user function which redirects the user. Redirect user function is not here. Void redirect user char pointer. Where is that? Redirect user function main.c in a helper function file. Okay, so helper get code. This function first of all starts the server and gets whatever is the response there. That is what it does, and it initializes a code pointer. It converts this code pointer. It initializes a code pointer, a pointer that points to a pointer, and then changes that pointer to point to another pointer, which is a character pointer. That makes sense. If I just do this, that is not do that, and so that I'm only doing this much, and then let's say I'm not even getting the URL and not even redirecting. Okay, let's see if I am getting a URL or not. First of all, sh make.sh/program. Okay, segmentation fault, so I'm not even getting a URL. Not even getting a URL. Create thread. Maybe I am getting a URL, but this is causing a problem. Segmentation fault. Code pointer. This points to code, and then make.sh/program. Segmentation fault. Okay, and maybe I am not making it. Output is program. Yes, compile everything from the main function and all the helper functions together. Okay, it is still causing segmentation fault. Main.c, that is the entry point. So get URL, is it get URL that is causing a problem? Make.sh/program code. Main.c get URL. Sh make.sh dot slash program. Okay, I think we have figured out something. Main.c get URL. The get URL function is causing a problem. It is inside this get URL. What is it doing? It is initializing a string before client ID and after client ID and character pointer to client ID. All right, and then a string which contains the first. Okay, okay. I guess that makes sense. I have to give the incompatible char pointer, incompatible pointers type says char pointer with an expression of char pointer pointer. Okay, this is character pointer. Okay, when I do before client ID and after, it gives their character pointers. Okay, that makes sense. And then I am calling the join function on these strings and saying that there are three strings, join them and return the URL. Then I'm freeing client ID, which was the only one that was dynamically allocated to me, and then I'm returning the URL. Maybe the problem is in the join function. Instead of URL, let me return after and sh make.sh dot slash program segmentation fault in get URL function in main.c. The music is too slow, I guess. Not slow, like low. Yep, you guys can hear only a little bit of it. Shit, one of my ears is gone. That does not matter. I can still hear the music. Get URL. Get good. Get token. Get code. In this, is it the nope? I'm not even calling the joint function. I'm doing free client ID. Is it because of read file? Read file is misbehaving. Okay, in this I just removed read file. Message make dot sh dot slash program. Okay, so read file is the function that is misbehaving, and let's go to interstellar instead of Oppenheimer. Read file is misbehaving. Read dot c read file. What does it do? It takes the character pointer name. Okay, opens that file in read mode. Right. It if seeks the end. If that is the correct format for fseek, suppose it is. It takes in the file pointer, then long, and then an integer. A long 0, that is the offset, and then integer fseek. Okay, and then ftil, tell me where it is in the file, the cursor, and then rewind the file. Make the cursor go back to the start of the file, and then malloc a char pointer of length +1, and then read buffer, read file into this buffer. Length of each chunk is 1, and the total length is length, right? Total length of the file is length, and read this file, and the last character is 0, and then close the file and return the buffer. That should work. Printf %s buffer, and yes, go into helper get code function. Get code, let me call the read file function. That is just what I am doing, and not making any more changes. Make.sh, that just makes it. does not do anything else. Segmentation fault. Okay. Helper read dot c. So this did not work. I am facing segmentation fault here. Why? Malloc. Yes, if I am mallocing from a function, I should be able to return that function from somewhere else. Yes, that should work, but I'm facing error. Malloc, malloc. Why? This is not executing, right? And if I were to go back to get code and comment this line out, then I guess this will work. Yes, now it does work. So the problem is in the read function. What is the problem? F open name. The name is null terminated. Am I giving a null terminated name? Yes, I am giving a null terminated name here. This is a null terminated name. Client ID. Wait, what if it does not exist there? What if I do not find the file there? That makes sense. So if file equal null, if file equal null, yes, that is important. If file that is handling errors. If file equal to null, that is I did not open a file, then I will return 0. Return null, which is basically 0. Yep, it is a void pointer that has contains 0. Then I seek, then I read into buffer. Yep, if buffer equal to 0 equal to null, then return 0, and also printf couldn't uh, uh, read file, not enough space, %s couldn't read, %s not enough space in the comma name. Then return 0 from this function, or return null, and on the other side I will be checking for null, and then I read, put into buffer, f close the file, and return. Yes, it should work. And here I'm reading it. Yep, if client ID equal to null, then return printf couldn't read URL, couldn't create URL, env file not read. And then return null, right? And on the client side I will do the same on the main function. In the main function here I'm getting URL. If URL equals null, if URL is null, then printf didn't get URL, Yep, yep, yep. And then sh make.sh/ program couldn't create URL, env file not read, didn't get URL, couldn't create URL. So the read file function returned null. That means, okay, and also a new line character at the end of these, right? And here also a new line Here, this returned null. Why? Then in printf, file didn't open, backslash n. The file did not open in this case. Why did it not open? What is the name that I am providing to the file? The name is this. The name's the primogen. Um, Client ID is the name. Slash dot client ID. This should read it. Backslash n. Sh make dot sh dot slash program, and yep, file didn't open. Why didn't the file open? It should have opened. F open file. Why did it not open? Okay, what are the permissions for the file? Is that the case? The permissions less l less la. Right here is the file dot client id, and yep, everyone can read that file, and I am opening it in read mode, so that should not cause any problem. Client id and helper slash read file read.c, and here get code dot c should be able to read the file. Let me print what the path is that I'm getting. File didn't open. No. Let's say %s this thing dot name didn't open. Sh make dot sh dot slash program, and client ID didn't open. Why? Is it because it is lacking an extension? Nope. Not a very good cause. Client ID didn't open. Why did it not open? And helper read dot c f open this name in read mode, and I'm getting the name properly with null null. The string is null terminated. File equals f open name r. If I were to open that file in this Excel, say file pointer file equals f open the name of the file, which is slash dot client id, read that file in read mode, right? And if file equals to null, printf couldn't open file even here, and a string new line sh make dot sh dot slash program, and couldn't open file even here. Okay, why were you unable to open the file even there? Because the code is running in the main is that the case? Helper, because this is being imported into the main function, therefore this relative path is stupid. Instead I should do this. I guess that should work. If I were to do that, sh make dot sh slash program, and that does work. Yes, because that function was being imported into the main file and being executed there. Therefore, I have to provide the paths with respect to the main function and main.c. Yep, so now it is working, and I can, I guess, uncomment all this stuff and delete these. And I will have to change, make some changes in other files to json.c. Nope, no, not any change. And in this, yes, make this work. And 23, don't do this, don't do this, and do all of that, do that, and yep, client ID, check if it is null, and then work ahead, and then return null, free client and stuff. Okay, that is cool. And in helper dot c, which is just a redirect, do open get that command malloc. Yep, if command equals null, printf couldn't create the redirect command not enough space in heap. Printf, why is that an error? Fault one declared. Okay, my bad, my bad. Include stdio.h and then return null. Right, return null. This does not return anything. Okay, exit, just exit with code 1, stir copy, and then helper.c https. Okay, I will get into https in a bit. And in this function, am I doing something improper? Am I doing something that I should not be doing? Join two strings, right? Joining the first and the second, and then I'm starting from length this yes to joining string from index 2 with whatever is the joint, and then freeing the joint, and joint equals new join. Okay, and then at the end I am returning join. What does this do? This takes in a string, le length of x, and then the total length, gets some space, right? And yeah, if join equals null, printf could then get space to join strings in the join function, so that I know that the error came from here. We undeclared library function. Include stdio.h, stir copy into this, and then copy the second string, and then return. Copy the first and the second string, right? And then return. Okay, 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 that is cool. That is cool. And then after join string, read, and I have already done read, and in helper.c, which is like the biggest function yet. And yep, let's just make sh program and shc line 0 unexpected end of file. Hmm. Hmm. Unexpected end of file. Unexpected end of file. End of file looking for match that. sh is giving me error. sh, shell. I guess it is in the redirect function that I'm getting error. Helper redirect helper.c in this function. It is the only function that I'm calling a system command. Okay, it was looking for end single column. Okay, stir copy. I am creating a command by copying into the command uh, into the command cmd, which is this, and then I copy into it, give the address of the size of command, which is 50205, and shit, why am I doing -1? Yep, 1 4 5. 5 will point to this place, and I should not do -1, I suppose, then. And sh make dot sh dot slash program, and okay, usage, that is wrong, and helper dot c. Okay, after doing this, let me print f command %s new line comma command print the command dot slash sh make dot sh dot slash program. Command is just open, that is wrong, and helper dot c, and command, I guess -1 there was important after all. Sh make dot sh dot slash program, and command is this, open and redirect URL equals email. Wait, that is not the whole URL, is it? Yup, yup, yup. That is not the whole URL, so it is not getting the whole URL. And main.c, main function is getting URL from this function, right? And then redirecting it. pv helper stop printing this, and printf URL %s new line comma URL, right? Let's see, is it make dot dot slash program? Yes, URL is incomplete, and pv helper URL is coming from this function, and I am joining strs, join the first string, the second, and the third, and I am only getting the third string, which is not what I want. I want to get the complete string. Okay, let me stop printing the URL in here and print it here, which I suppose will just return the last string. So therefore the join function is not working properly. The join function is taking length and the amount of strings, right? This starts at 2, and 2 is less than 3, which is the total length, and this joined equals join 2 strings. Join the stars first and the second, which calls this function, which takes in 2 strings, finds their length. Okay, and this finds their length of x and length of y. Okay, and length of x and length of y, and initialize a new malloc length plus 1, total length plus 1, and then if null then put on to space, yes, then copy into joined whatever is in x. Okay, and make it null terminated. If x has two characters and a null character, it will return 3, I guess. In that case, where do I want to start copying the next one? I want to start copying the next one from length of x minus 1. That might be correct. Sh make.sh dot slash program, and yes, at least I'm getting the correct URL now. This client ID equals, okay, client ID equal to, there has to be a equal to there, and everything else seems fine. And yes, I'm still getting end of file error at some place, and I'm getting it after calling the helper function. Therefore, after printing this, so I'm getting error from a redirect thing. Client ID equal to this. Yep, that should have worked. Client ID equal to this. That should have worked. That should have worked. Wait, that should have worked. Back and go to YouTube stuff, live chat, slash program, and okay, that says client ID. So the equal to is lost, and this thing should also be lost. Redirect, the and before redirect. Redirect, the and before redirect is still there. That is not lost due to some reason. HTTPS, yes, everything else seems amazing. Only that this equal to is lost. This equal to after ID is lost due to some reason. Why client ID equals that, and yep, that should not be lost, and not helper but read, nope, join strings, this function, it should not be lost. Okay, it is getting lost in this part. Join strings, join this and this. Okay, and what do I get? I get the index of the first. Join this and this. It is joining the, oh, yes, the error is occurring in joining these two strings. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, I'm calculating the length of the first one. Then the total length is not equal to this, is it? It is equal to this minus 1. So that I am not counting the null character twice. First in the X string and then second in the Y string. I only have to count it once. Yes, the stream is also working fine. Yes, and okay. Then malloc length plus 1. Right, length of X. So that should not cause any problem. If that was the source of the problem, then that is a shitty source. Log, and yep, still nope, no equal to, and yep, still no equal to. Me.sh now, me.c pv helper get code. The problem is in this or in this. Redirect URL equals http this and everything. Yep, that is just what comes after in the URL, and client ID equal to something. Okay, this, the first and the second strings are not getting joined correctly due to some reason. Why I am joining the first two using like here join to call. I'm joining the first two in here. Uh-huh. Yep. Joined character pointer join to join the zeroth string and the first string. Mm-hmm. If there are two strings, then just join them and return them. Return joined. It has to be because of the way that I'm using stir copy. That's it. Let me printf x percentage new line and joined, and this will print x full join sh make.sh program and x is this cool and then full joined and full joined. Yep, that thing is being overwritten. Yep, that thing is being overwritten, which is not cool. It is not cool at all. Why is there a new line here, empty space? Yep, this is not cool. This last character is being overwritten. And helper join strings. That last character is being overwritten, but only when I'm calling this function the first time. Is it because it is not calculating the length properly? Nah, 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 x length -1. Let's see, as it's mail.sh program, and that does, yes, that does work. That does work. And what is the final URL? Client ID equals something, and if I am getting a new line now due to some reason. After the first one, okay, helper get code, and I'm getting a new line after client ID. Why am I getting a new line after client ID? Why am I getting a new line after client ID? New line. Print full string and then a new line. I'm getting a new line after client ID. I'm reading client ID from the file. Stir copy starting from x length. Yes, copy this whole thing. I'm getting a new line after client ID, which means program, and yes, this is the client ID, and after this at the end I'm getting a new line, and then everything is fine. That is why I'm getting error here, because of new line. That should not happen. New line should not happen there. It's not like that. Let's say I'm just joining these two and these three here, and I'm not joining client ID, let's say middle. What will the URL be now? Assets main.assets slash main slash program, and the URL is fine now. It is fine now. So the only problem is with client ID, it seems. Right. Client ID, client ID, client ID, client ID, client ID, client ID, and dot slash lsa n dot slash dot client ID. This is the client ID, and at the end I do not have any new lines. This is all that I have. Right, this is all that I have, and after getting client ID from here, let's printf client ID %s and comma client ID, print that, let's say dot slash assets make.assets dot slash program, and wait, what yep, client ID is, it does have a new line by default due to some reason. Hmm. I'm getting client ID by read file function. Why is it adding a new line at the end? Buffer end is end 0. Okay. Return buffer. Buffer. Let's say, and wait, so yep, this is printing client ID, but yep, at the end there is a new line due to some reason. Why? Why is there a new line? Why is there a new line? Why is there a new line? A new line is equal to 10, and I am printing the whole thing. Yep, till.com, everything, and then there is a new line. If I were not to do this, then it would result in an error. me.sh dot slash program, and there is still a new line due to some mysterious reason. Dot slash sh me.sh dot slash program. Yep, there is still a new line due to some reason. And helper read.c. Here, read everything from length is malloc length +1 fdel. Just give me the contents of the file. But why is there a new line at the end of the file? Let's say unary length -1. Now what? me.sh dot slash prog. Now there is no new line, so that is cool. Um. Hmm, 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 hmm. But how is it going to be null terminated then? Length -1 is this, and then let's do 5 dot buffer bracket length -1 equals 0 sh make dot slash program. Uh, uh, that I guess makes sense. Apps google.com usercontent.com. Wait, why are these two different? There is client ID being printed, but it is not being printed in that case. It's because I removed the print line. That makes sense. Yeah, that is cool. That is cool. That is printing. And so the read function is working fine, and get code function. In this, I can make the change, remove this, and change this to client ID back. Yep, and stop printing the URL, or maybe print it this time only. And so CSS make.sh dot slash program. Client ID is this thing, and where am I printing the client ID? Here. I do not want to print it anymore. Make.sh slash program. Let's see, here X is this, and stop the whatever the thing I was doing in this, printing this. Make.sh slash program, and URL is this big ass thing, which is correct, which is all fucking correct. Amazing, right? And then I can just go to the main function and see what the problem is. The server is running. The problem is with the redirect function. Helper, the redirect function, is it the one printing this URL? Nope, that is not the one printing the URL. Read function, nope, it is not printing the URL. This is printing the URL, right? And let's see, the thing is that the read function is, the redirect function is getting null command. It is trying to create the command. Let's print the command. Printf command %s and new line, comma, command make.sh program, and the command is, yeah, the command is wrong. I'm not getting the full URL. That makes sense. Okay, I'm not getting the full URL. Why? In the main function, I am getting the URL. Let's print URL is %s URL, and also like new line, comma, not this, not the new line, this is it. Why is it make.sh again program, and right, yes, I'm getting the wrong URL here. Why? What is it that I am returning from that get token function? I'm written, yes, because I am stupid. Yes, I have to return URL. Yes, free client and return URL. That should work. Now it should work. Make.sh dot slash program, and it does work. It does work. But address was already in use. Okay, if address is already in use, then fuck off. And main.c, how would I know that the address is already in use? I am get code function. Yep, get code function. Get code function. Get code function. Get code function. Helper get code. Yep. Here I am calling the server function. You right, and whatever is returned by it, I am doing some stuff to it. Helper.css and server. Here I'm doing the binding thingy, and let me return null, not exit, but return null. Why binding void pointer from a function? incompatible data T. Hmm. Returning a void pointer. Is that an error? Can I not return a void pointer from a function like that? I want to return a void pointer. I don't want to just simply exit. And yes, since this is running on a thread, the server is running on a thread, it will only exit that and not the server itself, and it will only exit that specific thread, not the main program itself. Mm-hmm. 55 minutes, that is cool, and I didn't even notice. But yes, it would be like much faster if I was just coding on my own. So yeah, I guess I will end the stream after in like 4 minutes, and then I will code on my own, because the goal is not to stream, the goal is to code. Yeah, if I'm getting stuff done on my own, then that is cool. Exit. I do not want to exit. I want to tell the caller function that you messed up. You messed up. Can I change this to a void pointer, and then the acceptor function would ah ah pointer. Yes, 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 yes. 38. Give its address. Address of stack mobile. Fuck. Wait. Request is, where the fuck is the request? Request is whatever this thing returns. And what does this thing return? This thing returns this thingy. Aha. Okay, let me make this a memory heap thing equals data pointer malloc. I don't know, this might be a bad thing to do it, but seems okay. This is not this anymore. This is like, I'll make this equal to this. Ah, handle server is the thing that is returning the thing. Handle server. Handle server. This is a handle server. Where is it creating the stuff? Response get dynamic read. Aha. Get dynamic read. Reads dynamically, and that is in memory. Okay. Here, this I'm returning the structure itself. That is, I'm returning the structure itself, and the structure is in the heap. Mm-hmm. 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 Nope, this is not in the heap. What is in the heap is the string, but the structure is not in the heap. Yes, the structure is in the stack. So I have to change this. Okay. Data type pointer rec equals data t pointer malloc size of rec size of data t, right? And then put rec dot request equals received, and rec dot length equals what? total size. Yep, and then return a rec and change this to be a pointer. And now conflicting type, return error. I cannot return error, I'll return null instead. Conflicting type, right? I can fix that. You look lonely, I can fix that. Okay, do a handle client. Yes, I will do the same thing with the client server also. This, and that is cool. Yep, change this to be a pointer. This should be a pointer, and here data request, and then hey, this is a pointer, and this is a pointer. Yes, and this thing returns a pointer. Yeah, and return this. Yep, yep, that makes sense. And make this also a pointer, and response data, make this thing a pointer, right? And handle server, who calls handle server as a, okay, that is a lot of functions calling each other, which is bad business, right? This is a pointer now, and that works, and therefore I'll be able to return null from here. And wait, shit, that is client, my bad, only a little bit bad though. And here I'll be able to null, and here also null, do the same with client. Yep, in a bit, and return null, right? And that is cool, and change the types for all of these. This returns a pointer, this also returns a pointer, this returns a pointer, this thing also returns a pointer, this returns a pointer. And yeah, are there any errors? Yep, there are. You take handle client, okay, and yep, fix the client thing. And there I was hoping to see more errors, only a bit more errors, right? That is cool. Now this is it. Yes, um if request equals null, if request equals null, then I will print f.